Wrong note. Agony is the price that I pay in the end. Ola singing and playing at the same time. What's up, everyone? What FAQ is this? 137. Welcome, you beautiful, beautiful people. You know, I have some bad news. I have some good news today. Good news is I'm wearing this beautiful, beautiful Brola t-shirt you can buy down there from Teespring. Please buy, support. I need more people flying the flag out there. You know, just saying. And why the hell am I drinking out of the Slayer cup when I can plug myself? Okay, see ya. Technical difficulties. Oh, will it mug? It will mug. If you go to Teespring, buy my mug, buy my t-shirt, buy my soul. I'm selling my soul right here. Just, you know, support selling out. Old Englund, the seller out there. Rare. I forgot to say the bad news. The bad news, I lost 2 video projects of mine. I made 2 rig of the weeks, Engel Savage and Marshall JCM 800. I lost those. Great, huh? Lost all the camera footage. So good. I'm so happy that happened. I'm gonna check out what's happening on my Discord right now. What's up?
Metal bands, but just awesome.
This is way too serious of a conversation. Oh, you guys are so beautiful.
And I gave a...
I just want to say... Shut up. I just want to say... I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Hell, I've been plugging my ass today. Look at this, also. 489K. I'm soon to reach 500K. You know what that means? That means that I'm gonna drop my new bomb-ass single on you. 500K, no one cares. Ola! Oh, first burp. Ball. Ola, you make awesome, amazing videos, and I got a question. Why did you leave 6 Feet Under? You know why I'm amazing? Because you guys are shoving me amazing questions. Thank you so much. So the reason why I left 6 Feet Under is because I also got asked to join The Haunted around the same time, actually, as I started touring with 6 Feet Under. You know, 6 Feet Under was a lot of fun, and you know, Chris Barnes took me out to play festival tours, and you know, it was amazing. I'm very, very happy for that time with 6 Feet Under. I wrote a couple of songs that ended up on the album. You know, I got to meet and learn to know, you know, Jeff Fuel and Kevin Talley and Steve and Chris and all the other guys in the crew, and it was just, you know, I mean, a lot of new great friends there. And even though I hadn't really been touring that much before this, me being in 6 Feet Under, there was one instance where we had a one-off show in Los Angeles, and I had to fly. I remember it being a pretty shitty routed flight. I was basically flying for, I think it was 30 hours to go there. You know, it was just a lot of traveling for, you know, 40 minutes of playing, and then, you know, I traveled back, and I felt like, you know, it would kind of make sense, more sense if I was an American being in this band, but you know, we were so remotely distanced from each other. The Haunted, who are located in Sweden, it just makes a lot of sense. So I left 6 Feet Under, still love the guys, it was a lot of fun. I'm very thankful for Chris bringing me and giving me the opportunity to play with him, and, you know, play Hammer Smash Face live. It's a great experience for you. So there you go. Cesar Beltran, 050505. Hi Ola, can you talk about the 7-string you sent Kevin Frasard? Great opportunity for me to plug my ass with a 7-string V that I sent to Kevin Frasard. Now, if you're unaware of Kevin Frasard, he's a bodybuilder and insane, brutal guitar player. And he has probably like 70,000 subs on YouTube or something like that. And he's a guy I've been following for a lot of years. I remember back in the day, he posted videos of him playing, I think it was Cannibal Corpse or something like that. It was like super brutal, just like he's fucking killing that guitar. And he had a Washburn Solar that he's been playing a lot for the past years. And I felt like, you know, damn it, this guy, he needs a Solar guitar. So I sent him a Solar V7 with Evertune, and he's taking good care of it. I saw the unboxing video, and you know, he's been using it a little bit, and it makes me really happy to see him play that guitar. He beats the living shit out of that guitar, and that guitar deserves that. And Kevin has an excellent YouTube channel, so I'm gonna link it here if I remember, and you go subscribe to him, because he's awesome. Because I told you so. No, he is really awesome. You know, by himself. Not because I'm saying he's awesome. He's awesome. He's really, really awesome. Clinton Lamplug. Lamplug. Hi Ola, sorry for making fun of your name. Hell, Ola the asshole. Hi Ola, another great FAQ video. I saw you playing a Dean snakeskin stealth in one of your old Pantera solo videos. Do you no longer own this guitar? How did it rate compared to your current Dimebag guitars? I find generally prefer the Washburns as the necks are more comfortable to me. Okay, so I had that Dean snakeskin stealth guitar. I actually borrowed that from a guy in Stockholm just to make that amplitude video where I demoed the Dimebag plugin. Because the Dimebag they wanted me to use a Dean guitar. I really wanted to make that video, so I went out on my way to find a Dean guitar so I can play and use it for the video. I like that stealth Dean that I borrowed. It played really nice, but just like you, I sort of prefer the Washburn. I mean, sure, Dimebag played Dean in the beginning and a little bit just before he passed, but in the main lifespan of Pantera, he was using Washburn, and the Washburn custom shop pulled out a shit ton of cool guitars during those years. So, and obviously I'm biased. I have a fair bit of Washburn Dimebag guitars, and it's just like, the Washburn Dimebag was the guitar that, I was like, whoa, holy shit, when I was 16 years old, and when I saw, the advertisements in Guitar World and that, like, oh shit, that's like the golden grail guitar right there. So it's still etched in the back of my mind, those old Washburn Dimebag guitars. So there you go. Mimpy, hey Ola, what tech, computer, laptop, tablet, smartphone do you use at the moment and why? I always see your MacBook, but since you are a gamer, I was wondering if you're gaming on an Apple product or split it, like Apple for work and Windows for private stuff. Stay safe. Thank you. No, yes, I'm using this MacBook. This is basically my email and work computer. I can do video editing on this and, music when I'm out traveling, which is great. It's a good and solid, MacBook Pro, and it's just a stable computer. And then I have, my stationary computer here, which is a Mac Mini that I use for main editing and, for this, basically, sitting here. And I try to differentiate now when I have this office space, and then I have, my regular desk out there where I sit and do the emails and pay the bills and, pay people that need a salary like me and Louise. But I also have a gaming computer, obviously. I have a Lenovo gaming computer. I've been out of the game of PC in like 20 years or something like that, so I'm not really familiar with what's good or not these days. I know that Intel i7 is good. I have that in my computer. I have the GeForce 1080. But it's good enough of a gaming setup right there. And, people are saying like, yeah, you should build this and this and this. No, I don't have the time for that. Maybe someone can build it for me and send it to me for free. No, I don't need anything. Thank you so much. Other tech, I have this iPhone, which I like. It's great. I talk in it, like, hello. How you doing, asshole? I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Okay, bye. I hate that guy. Robert Kornblum. Ola, just bought my very first dual rectifier, mid-2003 channel, horns up, evil demon face ×2. I got Boss SD1 in the front end, and I'm not thrilled with the overall sound when it's engaged. Any suggestion on how to dial it in? Or better yet, some alternative choices of overdrive pedal, excluding TS9, because I'm already certain you'll recommend that one in the default, because it's surefire dependable. I'd like to hear some other, less known opinions. Stay haunted, stay feared. Wow, that's a cool guy right there. The Boss SD1. I wish I had one right next to me. Did this really happen? Right now? Did I prepare for this? No. So this is the SD1, the Wasa edition of this pedal, and it's a super overdrive from Boss. So congratulations on getting a dual rectifier. That's a great piece of amplifier right there, one of my faves. But obviously, if you want to do the metal chugging on it, you would need an overdrive. So here we have the super overdrive. You probably have the regular version. I have the newer version. Still made in Japan though. And I've been to Hamamatsu, Japan, this specific factory where they make this. And it's impressive, I must say. So in general with overdrive, if you want to push an amplifier or make it saturated sounded, the way to use an overdrive is to basically dial down the drive or the gain as much as you can. So I have the drive here at 0, level should be at max, basically giving the amplifier a clean boost of your signal, your guitar signal. And I'm just about to sneeze, but I'm gonna wait it out and hopefully it'll arrive pretty soon. And there it is. And the tone, I usually set the tone, depends on your liking, but I set it at 12 o'clock to maybe 3 o'clock, and depending on the overdrive pedal, maybe sometimes you could go full on with the tone. And the tone basically controls that, how much of a mid hump you will get, or a push you will get in the mids. So sometimes it can get a little bit too much if you have it on max, but I would set it on 3 o'clock or 12 o'clock or something like that. And let's see if I can try this out. Okay, I don't have a rectifier on me right now, but I do have, what do I have? Archetype Pliny. Okay, let's shut off the overdrive here. Okay, and then I engage the overdrive with the settings I told you. Level on max, tone on 12, drive on 0, okay? And let's push the tone to max. Without? With. So it really does a lot to your tone if you want to saturate an amplifier like that. It's also really cool to see how it actually works with a plugin, for instance. It actually works really great. So there you go. Thank you so much for that question. Rafael Castellanos, what's up, Ola? Any tips for growing a new YouTube channel? I've been posting for a while, but it's hard to stand out with all the content that's already out there. This is an excellent question that I receive from time to time from a lot of people. And truth be told, back in the day, you know, I thought I would be able to give you a really good answer, but as of right now, I think in this day and age of YouTube where basically everyone has a channel, you know, basically everything has been covered, it's very important to be unique, to find, you know, a niche where you can snarl people into that niche. If you want to do a channel like mine, for instance, I guess it's close to impossible unless you really have something that you can offer that is different from what me and the other guys are doing. I mean, obviously I've been doing this for 10 years now, so, you know, I've grown my channel very slow, but pretty stable, I would say. My channel is definitely not like an overnight success. It's been an asshole of a work in progress for me to build this channel, but just having the consistency and continuing on has, you know, made me and my channel grow. I think people will have to have realistic expectations that their channel will not grow super quick or anything like that. It's not about an overnight success unless you're really lucky and you get something viral or you find something that's extremely different and, you know, people love you and all that. Then your channel will grow quicker and bigger, maybe. You also have to realize, do you have to make something that kind of sticks in the long run? Maybe do not pull your pants down and show your penis in every video, because maybe after 20 videos that might be boring to watch. Just saying. So you always have to kind of work yourself up, you have to switch around, you have to be dynamic with what you're making on your YouTube channel. So it's obviously very important to be motivated and very passionate about what you're doing, and I think that will take you very far, to be honest. So there you go, good luck. Sam Bass, hello Mr. Ola, I love your channel as well as your family values. I have them as well due to my best friends, my mother and father. I was wondering if you had a solar scratch and dent of any type of sale. I so want to experience solar but can't afford it at this time. But through small neighborhood jobs I can raise a few hundred. I'll pay shipping also, sir, but the aesthetics and quality that you have, I know that I'll never want to suppose the amateur play Pantera, 6 feet under. Favorite, thanks. Okay, great. You know, I don't really have anything that I can offer you right now, but if you're interested in like getting a hold of a Solar B stock, I mean, if there's a guitar in the batch that we feel like, okay, you know, maybe it's not perfect at all, we can set that aside as a B stock. And the way to reach the B stock page, I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but if you go to the Solar Guitars website, you go into the community section of the website, you get to see this image with a live band. It's like, oh, everyone's like, fuck yeah, it's live band. I'm filming this with my phone right now, it's so cool. Well, underneath here you have a couple different options. You click special offer in the center, and look at this. There's a bunch of B stock available right now, actually. So you can get, for instance, this is an A1.6 RD Artist for 949 euros, which is a great deal, actually. And all the B stocks that we have here, they're basically playing-wise, you know, up to par. They're amazing. It's basically just small knickknacks of like a finish. And then we put it up here. It's kind of like a living page where the stock kind of changes here and there. So I recommend getting in here a couple of times, you know, every month to check what's on offer, basically. So there you go. That's a chance for you at least. So good luck. Tyrone Val, next FAQ. Ola, amazing channel. Ciao from Italy. Have you ever listened to the band Textures? One of the most underrated bands. The album Drawing Circles, one of the best sounding metal albums. Listen to the song Stream of Consciousness. Yes, I'm a very big fan of Textures. And unfortunately, they disbanded you know, because, you know, it's not easy being a musician nowadays. And this is a band I sorely miss. I met all of the guys and Bart, the guitar player, at a festival long time ago. And they're just amazing people. I really miss this band because it's basically like the perfect mix between prog, metal, clean singing, and yeah, maybe that sounds cheesy, but if you haven't listened to Textures, I highly recommend you do so because they're amazing, okay? Axis Glass, sexual liberation is a subversive plot brought to all nations by the Grabblers to start degeneracy and societal moral decay. Only Grabblers profit from the ruination of the world. Sounds like someone needs to get laid. Just saying. Definitely not Oinkbane. Hey Lola, how are you doing today? Could you answer a question for my student, please? What is the one piece of he's flexing that he's a teacher and he has students. Good flex. What's the one piece of advice you would give to someone who's about to go live on stage for the first time? Great question. The absolute best tip that I have is just to over-prepare and over-practice whatever you're gonna perform. If you know the set or the songs at heart, you should basically be able to play them without thinking. Then at least you have that figured out. Then you can worry about the rest, which is kind of like, you know, being nervous or, you know, looking cool on stage or stuff like that. But at least, you know, prepare as much as you can for, you know, switching presets, you know, make sure you have everything under control like you were playing live before actually playing live. You know, don't do the, you know, I'll fix it later kind of thing. I'll fix it at the gig kind of thing. No, prepare, make sure you have all the gear in check for the gig, make sure you're over prepared and you know the songs by heart. Then you have the steady foundation for not f***ing up live or making mistakes live. So I think that's the best way to overcome nervousness. Just like with everything else, the more you play live, the more comfortable you will be doing it. And eventually, if you're some sort of nervous, it will go away. Great, huh? That's what's so awesome about doing stuff. Mark, you need to be a bigger thing on Reddit. You should do an Ask Me Anything or something. Oh, this is supposed to be a question thing. Motorhead, I never got it. Tried, but they just, I don't know, do nothing for me. Thoughts on Motorhead and how the fuck they became so influential. Well, I think the fact that they become so influential is that, oh, first things first, I have a Reddit. It's all Englund on Reddit. And I am there sometimes. And regarding Motorhead, I think that they were sort of, you know, one of the real, and I'm probably going to shoot myself in the foot, but they're probably one of the more, you know, punk rock-ish type of bands out there that kind of, you know, pierce the ear early in music, I would say. So, you know, it caught a lot of attention from a lot of people. I mean, I'm not in the generation that listened to Motorhead at all. I mean, I listen to the classics, obviously, but, you know, the other guys in the band, for instance, in The Haunted, which, and they're like 10 years older than me because they're old, they listen a lot to Motorhead because they grew up on that. Personally, I understand their success, I understand their importance, but I haven't listened to them that much. But I highly respect them as a band. And also, rest in peace, Lemmy. What a fucking rock god. Right there. Yo, Derillis, hey Ola, just curious, what is the standard work a day life at the office like? What is typically the first and last thing you do while at work on a typical day? Great question. Okay, so I start my day by coming over here. I go into my office, I sit at my desk with this computer, okay. First thing I do is that I say good morning to my Discord and, you know, I sit and chat a little bit, just like I did in the beginning of this FAQ. I go in and talk to these people. Can I do it again? I'm gonna prank call them right now. There you go. So that's basically what I do in the morning. Then I sit down and answer some emails while I'm talking to my guys. And sometimes I play some Apex or video games just to get going. And then the day starts. I have ideas for a video. I, you know, set everything up. I record videos. And then I have lunch, I go back, I try to edit in the afternoons. For say, if I would record a video and edit and finish it the same day, I would film it in the AM and then edit it in the PM. But I mean, my work day is so different. I mean, some days I just film the whole day, some days I just edit the whole day, and some days I just play video games all day or play guitar. Sometimes I write music, it changes. And I like my days to not be really that planned out. Whatever happens, happens kind of. If I feel like making a Willet Chug, I will make that Willet Chug. If I'm not feeling of doing a rig of the week, well then I sit and do something else. I mean, that's what I want to do to keep my inspiration flowing, to keep this thing that I'm doing fun still. Because I think this is a lot of fun that I'm doing. It's fun for me, and hopefully that shines through to you. That's what I hope, at least. Michael Bobslick, hi Ola, what do you think about the new Ohmura signature guitar? It cost around 10k euros. Okay. Okay, Ohmura, who is this guy? Am I gonna get shit because I don't know who this guy is? Sorry. if that's the case. Shit, that's the guy, I guess, Ohmura. That's his case, and it's a very, very pink guitar, I must say. Pink Monster, wow. I think it looks kind of cool. What is it? It's 7 strings. There are paws on the fretboard. That's, okay. Is this one of those ashtray holders? Does he smoke? Does he put his smoke here? It looks like one of those from, you know, airplanes. Old airplanes where they put out your smoke in this. Okay. Dude, this looks great. Zoom in. Wow. I mean, it's really pink and gold. I kind of like it. I think it looks good. Sure, man. I can dig it. Maybe not something I would play, but you know what? Whatever works for Mr. Ohmura here. And he seems like a cool guy. I wish I knew what band he was in. I mean, if you have a guitar like this, you just don't fucking care. That I love about it. This is my fucking guitar. Just get over it, okay? I like that attitude. Good on you, Mr. Ohmura. I like you already. I have no idea who you are, but I really, really like you. And I like your guitar. It's very expensive, but that's okay. It's really, really cool. Thank you. Couple, hi Ola, you mentioned in an earlier video that you have started taking lessons. What are you currently working on, and what is your weak spots? After 30 years of playing, I've never had lessons, and I'm considering it now after you mentioned it. Can't describe how influential you and your awesome content is, both musically on a human level. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. That's a very nice comment to make. Thank you. Okay, so as an example for this week, I've been working on economy picking, actually. And it's basically just, you know, a couple of shapes that I play to work on my economy picking. So for instance, I can go through the scale, like C scale. So pay attention to my right hand. This is basically like a right hand exercise right here. So it's economy playing. So basically doing that and going up and down and basically just getting the timing together with economy picking, because I think that is probably the hardest part about economy picking. So that's what I'm doing as of right now. It's nice to have something that kind of trickles your brain a little bit, because that means that you're not used to it. And when you tickle those brain cells, you know, things are happening in here. And that is good for practicing guitar. I'm a victim of, you know, just rehashing and playing everything I'm used to. And it doesn't get me anywhere, so that's why I started taking the lessons from John Bjork, by the way. A great teacher, you should reach out to him. So that's what I've been working on at the moment. And that, my friends, was the last question. Thank you so much for enduring this FAQ with me. I hope you have a tasteful Sunday. I hope you wash your hands really well. Take care of you, you know? And in these weird times, try and stay positive if you can. And also, by that, I also mean positive by getting a Willet mug. And also, obviously, a huge thank you to all of my YouTube members. You're absolutely amazing. See you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.